Hello and welcome to English Parliamentary News. I'm Dadi Ramadan. In this edition, we'll present all the latest and interesting information around the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia. Commission 8 of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia pushed the National Disaster Mitigation Agency or BNPB to be the coordinator in admitting and distributing disaster relief that came from both domestic or international organizations in order to prevent overlapping authority. Commission 8 also wished the aid would not concentrated in one area but distributed to all areas affected by the earthquake.
Speaking at Nusantara Building 2 of the House Jakarta, the member of Commission 8 of the House, Khatibul Umam Wiranu, finds that there is still an overlapping authority between the National Disaster Mitigation Agency, or BNPB, and the National Research and Rescue Agency, or Basarnas, in handling disaster-impacted area. Khatibul Umam says, based on Law Number 24 of 2007, full authority in managing disaster area that includes distributing the aid was fallen under the sole authority of BNPB.
Ada Basarnas yang juga berdiri sendiri sebagai suatu lembaga bentukan undang-undang. Nah, kita tahunya bagaimana caranya seluruh elemen di dalam pemerintah, lembaga, kementerian itu terkoordinir dari satu, BNPB gitu loh. Mereka lah yang leadernya kan itu.
Meanwhile, the member of Commission 8, Ahmad Mustaqim, urged the government to do a comprehensive evaluation regarding disaster relief distribution, since there are still a lot of cases where the aids were not evenly distributed, especially to rural areas.
Tapi kebijakan pemerintah tentunya selalu menunggu apa kata pemerintah, dalam hal ini Presiden, dalam memutuskan apakah ini menjadi satgab, semacam satuan gabungan gitu, atau hanya satu leading sektor kemudian yang lain di bawah koordinasinya, atau sesungguhnya pemerintah daerah yang akan menjadi tanggung jawab. Nah,
Hilman Hidayat Julian and Ferdian, TVR Parliament report.
Commission 10 of the House supports the plan of Ministry of Education and Culture to rehabilitate and rebuild the emergency school in West Nusa Tenggara Province after a magnitude 7.0 earthquake hit Lombok in August 2018. Commission 10 demand the government to run programs such as scholarship for the victims' books and school uniform aid, as well as the establishment of trauma center for the children.
The chairman of Commission 10 of the House, Joko Ujianto, appreciated government responsive performance, especially in managing the rehabilitation of educational facilities after a 7.0 earthquake hit Lombok in August 2018, despite the later occurrence of magnitude 7.5 earthquake in Palu, Central Sulawesi Province. Joko adds, with the infrastructure and communication that start to connect, he demands the government to prioritize the education process, although it will be run in emergency school facilities, which aims to ease the trauma for the children around the impacted area.
Tentunya penanganannya juga tidak seperti kita gosok-gosok lampu Aladin gitu ya. Tentunya mesti apa dulu yang didahulukan. Dan pemerintah juga sudah sangat responsif, tinggal sekarang minimum gini, para korban ini jangan sampai ditelantarkan.
Meanwhile, Vice Chairman of Commission 10 of the House, Abdul Fikri Fakih, suggests the Ministry of Education and Culture to find an alternative solution so that the education process can still running while waiting for the facility renovation to be completely done. One of the program is by using virtual education or indirect educational environment for the victims.
Era online, era website, era digital. Nah, kenapa tidak kemudian di tempat-tempat, apalagi sekarang tidak ada bencana. Kalau kemudian nunggu dari 1.400 tenda yang dibutuhkan di NTB saja, ketika Komisi 10 datang ke situ baru berapa coba? 20 tenda. Kita harus membuka wawasan yang lebih luas. Bagaimana supaya pendidikan ini nggak boleh berhenti.
Ayu Dwi and Ferdian, TVR Parliament report.
The House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia regrets the fact that there are people who take advantage from airport security flows to smuggle sharp weapons which cause unrest among the people. The Parliament thus will push the Ministry of Transportation to increase the surveillance system in regional airports to give safety and comfort to all air transportation customers.
Speaking at Nusantara 2 building of the House, Nayan, the member of Commission 5 of the House, Sahat Silaban, appreciate airport security performance in keeping track of airport surveillance. However, Sahat regrets the fact that there are still people who take advantage of security flaws that cause unrest among airport consumers. Therefore, Sahat urged the Ministry of Transportation to punish the offender, including the people who do the prosecution, by bringing sharp weapon to the airport area.
Ya, kita tekankan supaya tetap peraturan itu ditegakkan dan terus dibuatkan sosialisasi di setiap bandara bila perlu supaya benar-benar merasa orang yang kesana itu nyaman itu.
The member of Commission 5 of the House, Muhyiddin Muhammad, also appreciate the security standard in Indonesian airport that seems stricter and safer than other countries. Muhyiddin assessed even though there is some people who violate the rules, but through a sophisticated security system, the offender could be processed immediately. Furthermore, Muhyiddin pushes the Ministry of Transportation to tighten the security and anticipate any potential problem that could harm the flight safety.
Bandara-bandara internasional dengan sistem yang begitu ketat, saya kira tidak ada masalah. Cuma yang kita khawatirkan itu kalau mereka menyelinap di bandara-bandara yang di luar internasional. Bandara-bandara yang ada di daerah ini yang masih perlu kita minta kepada otoritas itu untuk memperketat keamanan itu.
Amita Dodi and Ferdian, TVR Parliament Report.
The Budget Committee of the House of Representatives urges the Indonesian government to stabilize rupiah exchange rate against the US dollar that's been significantly devaluating rupiah. The House also demands the government to safeguard the deficit on current account so the deficit will not transcend the set limit on state budget law.
Speaking in Nusantara 2 building Jakarta, Vice Chairman of the Budget Committee of the House, Jazilul Fawaid, says with the current rupiah exchange rate that has reached 15,000 rupiah per US dollar, the government needs to make a realistic prediction and assumption by considering domestic and international economic condition in order to anticipate the fluctuation of rupiah exchange value and deficit on current account to match the state budget law.
Kalau dari sisi asumsi ini bisa diprediksi lebih awal, toh itu yang menjadi patokannya ini kan para ahli Bank Indonesia. Apakah kurs dolar ini akan terus menguat atau bisa ditahan di angka yang sudah diputuskan? Bagaimana dengan inflasi? Bagaimana dengan harga minyak dunia? Itu semua menjadi pertimbangan.
The member of the Budget Committee of the House, Amir Uskara, appreciate the government performance in controlling rupiah exchange rate. However, the government are demanded to solve the current transaction deficit problem by developing a strong balance of payment system that could affect the fluctuation of exchange rate. Amir further states he is optimistic that the government could keep the current account deficit to run correspondently to the state budget law.
Tapi yang pasti dengan kenaikan nilai kurs yang mencapai 15.200 hari ini, pasti akan cukup berpengaruh terhadap APBN kita di 2018 ini, dan tentu menjadi pikiran-pikiran kita di Badan Anggaran untuk melakukan revisi atau mungkin kesepakatan lain terkait dengan asumsi makro untuk 2019.
Amita Kristio and Ferdian, TVR Parliament Report.
Commission 4 of the House of Representatives supports one of the main focus of the Ministry of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries Program, which is People Salt Business Program, or PUGAR. PUGAR is expected to be able to improve salt farmers' welfare and boost national salt production.
Speaking in the specific working visit to East Java, Vice Chairman of Commission 4 of the House, Viva Yoga Mauladi, says PUGAR plays in number 4 as one of the national development priority programs which centralize in poverty reduction. FIFA hopes the government can improve its effort, especially in empowering and protecting salt farmers in Indonesia.
Sedang dikerjakan program lahan terintegrasi, artinya seluruh lahan-lahan milik rakyat diintegrasikan menjadi satu agar efisien, agar efektif, dan bisa meningkatkan produksi.
Vice Chairman of Commission 4 of the House, FIFA Yoga Mauladi, adds the Commission 4 will continue to consistently monitor the production of salt in the country so that Indonesia can be more independent and stop salt import policy.
Bantuan secara intensif dari pemerintah itu sangat diperlukan dalam rangka untuk perluasan lahan, yang kedua pengembangan teknologi, dan yang ketiga meningkatkan kualitas agar garam rakyat ini bisa menjadi produksi garam nasional dan kita tidak akan impor lagi ke depan. Yang utamanya adalah dalam kerangka untuk perlindungan harga, jangan sampai di saat panen harga turun, di saat tidak panen harga naik, dan dalam rangka stabilitas harga itu pemerintah harus serius dalam rangka untuk perlindungan petani garam agar mereka terus berproduksi sehingga bisa menghasilkan terhadap peningkatan kesejahteraan.
From East Java, Winnie and Afi, TVR Parliament Report.
Commission 7 of the House questions the status of share divestment of Freeport Indonesia Corporation since there is still no payment received for the divestment of 51% of Freeport shares. Commission 7 demand a clear answer regarding this matter since the government has announced the success of Freeport share divestment to the public.
The chairman of Commission 7 of the House, Gus Irawan Pasaribu, says if the payment has not been made, it could lead to the cancellation of the divestment agreement for 51% of Freeport Indonesia Corporation share. Therefore, Commission 7 of the House urged the government to carry out a synchronized coordination with all related stakeholders that aim to make sure that the divestment of Freeport share can benefit Indonesian people.
Kita tadi terkejut tuh teman-teman semua bahwa ternyata masih nol pembayaran atas kesepakatan itu gitu loh. Jadi belum dikuasai. Saham kita itu yang dari dulu hingga sekarang hari ini baru yang 9,36% itu gitu. Ya ini kan satu, jadi ya teman-teman tadi ada juga yang tak tahu, kalau saya sih tahu ya. Ini kebohongan publik kata teman-teman.
The member of Commission 7 of the House, Fadil Muhammad, evaluates the divestment agreement of 51% of Freeport Indonesia shares is still uncertain and indefinite. Thus, the government must take careful steps so that in the future it will not harm the Indonesian people.
Terkesan bahwa pengambil alihan saham Freeport ini adalah sesuatu yang belum final dan terkesan belum pasti sampai kapan waktunya. Yang kedua, kesan juga bahwa ini dipaksakan.
Zikri Temi and Afi, TVR Parliament Report.
The member of Commission 6 of the House encourages state-owned electricity company or PLN to increase cooperation with the private sector for constructing power plants in Kalimantan in order to save the production costs.
Speaking during the specific working visit to the project site of West Kalimantan 1 power plant, with the estimated capacity of 2 times 50 megawatts, the member of Commission 6 of the House, Hamdani, highlights PLN high dependency to diesel-powered electricity in fulfilling the demands of electricity in Kalimantan area. Hence, Hamdani suggests PLN to increase their cooperation with the private sector and constructing new power plants that aim to reduce PLN dependency on diesel, which can also lead to the central government saving up to 1 trillion rupiah of energy subsidies, which used to be given annually to PLN. Because of the production costs of diesel-powered electricities are far more expensive than the selling price set by PLN to Indonesian people.
Untuk memberikan satu kesempatan kepada perusahaan-perusahaan lain agar bisa melakukan hal yang sama. Jadi tidak hanya oleh tindakan dari pemerintah pusat, tetapi dari peran swasta sangat kita harapkan untuk membangun PLTU atau PL gas yang lain-lain ya.
The member of Commission 6 of the House, Hamdani, further adds Kalimantan is a region with abundant coal and gas potential, and this should be maximized for domestic energy fulfillment. Through PAL and cooperation with the private sector, Hamdani expects electricity supply in Kalimantan can be accelerated up to remote and border areas.
Tinggal bagaimana PLN nanti bisa bekerja sama dengan perusahaan-perusahaan swasta untuk menindaklanjutnya ya, karena tuntutan-tuntutan saat ini memang kebutuhan listrik sudah sangat mendesak, apalagi dengan nawacita oleh Presiden Pak.
From West Kalimantan, Nanda Oktaviani and Afi TVR Parliament Report.
Following to the agreement on extradition and the agreement on mutual legal assistance between Indonesia and United Arab Emirates that was signed in 2014, Commission 1 of the House demanded the government to closely coordinate with the Parliament before ratifying the agreement.
Vice Chairman of Commission 1 of the House, Hanafi Rais, says ratification of extradition agreement between Indonesia and the United Arab Emirates is initiated by the government and proposed to the House. However, in order to ratify the agreement, the House has to work closely with the House so then the House will not merely serve as rubber stamp institution in this ratification process.
Substansinya itu apa? Secara substansi, tadi kita lihat MOU antara Uni Emirat Arab dengan Indonesia terkait dengan ekstradisi ini sudah cukup detail dan resiprokal ya. Apa yang kita tulis sama dengan yang mereka tulis ketentuan-ketentuannya gitu. Namun kita ini punya kegelisahan bahwa DPR ini juga tidak ingin hanya menjadi seolah-olah rubber stamp.
According to Hanafi, due to some ratified agreement that does not brought significant result for Indonesia, this has made the ratification become unreliable since the agreement is actually an effective legal advice in capturing criminals. Therefore, there is a need for conformity and understanding between the House and the government if the extradition agreement between Indonesia and United Arab Emirates to be ratified in the future.
Kita lebih ingin melihat progres sebelumnya itu apa gitu. Jadi supaya DPR pun juga punya kesepakatan dengan pemerintah itu sama ritmenya ya. Tidak asimetris. Pemerintah pengennya maju, sementara DPR hanya sekedar ketok palu, kan tidak bisa begitu.
Ila Rifki and Afi TVR Parliament Report.
And that rounds up this edition of English Parliamentary News. On behalf of all the crew of TV Parliament, we would like to thank you for your attention. And we'll meet again in the next edition of English Parliamentary News. From Media Ramadan, once again, thank you for watching and goodbye.